This segment of the Alice Stewart Show is brought to you by Aero Plumbing. For all your household or business plumbing needs, call Aero Plumbing at 1-866-PLUMBER or schedule an appointment online at aeroplumbing.net.
Welcome back to the Alice Stewart Show, 7:36 on Thursday morning. My favorite segment of the week, Young Guns, where we look at the stories making headlines across the country and talk about it with the younger generation. Joining me this morning, we have Josh Blevins. He is a former Young Democrat of Arkansas president and chairman of Blevins Investment Group. And Sarah Drye. She is the vice chair of Arkansas Young Republicans. Great to have both of you here. I want to talk about the Secret Service situation going on. And there's been many breaches of security involving the Secret Service. Also, some of them engaged with hookers in foreign lands as they were there to protect the president. And the latest incident involving someone jumping over the fence at the White House led the head of the Secret Service to be called before members of Congress and asked questions, and she has stepped down. The head of Secret Service resigns amid the flack. Secret Service Director Julia Pearson was the first woman to lead the agency to protect the president, stepped down amid criticism after a series of security lapses. Josh Earnest is the White House press secretary, and he addressed her resignation yesterday.
She took responsibility for the shortcomings of the agency that she led, and she took responsibility for fixing them. And that, quite simply, I think, is a testament to her professionalism and to her character.
Josh, your thoughts?
Well, that's a kind thing for Josh to say. I'm sure that Mrs. Pearson, she was a career Secret Service officer. She wasn't somebody who was brought in recently, and I'm sure that she served her country well for the majority of her time in the Secret Service. But it's also very clear that the White House forced her out. They made no bones about trying to say that this was her decision. They said this was essentially the president's decision, and she was told that she needed to resign.
And they have retired senior Secret Service official Joseph Clancy has been appointed as interim director. My question is, they say that she's taken responsibility and to fix the problem, but she's resigned. I'm not sure how she's going to fix it when she's gone. But Sarah, your thoughts on her resignation?
I think she did the right thing. She did take responsibility in respect to the situation and circumstances that she was given, so stepping down probably was the best thing. But once again, I think this is just the administration are downplaying yet another scandal and another resignation that has occurred on their watch. I kind of feel for the woman. I was really excited to see a woman in that position, and given better circumstances, she probably would have done an excellent job. But she was certainly qualified to hold it, lead the agency, but it was poor timing. Initially the administration just threw her into that position, I think, ultimately to save face for themselves. She was put in charge of a group who had demonstrated an enormous lack of respect for women with the Colombian prostitution scandal. And on top of that, she was given little aid and assistance, really, in transitioning that role. So I felt like she was thrown to the wolves at the end of the day.
And when her hearing was taking place the other day, this was first time, really, I have seen such bipartisan consensus on an issue. Darrell Issa and Elijah Cummings, two polar opposites on many of the issues, were in agreement on the seriousness of this, knowing that the guy who jumped over the fence got through 5 layers of security. And Fox News White House correspondent Ed Henry even touched on this when he was reporting on this situation yesterday.
This was a nonpartisan issue. It was not just Republicans beating up on the administration at this hearing yesterday. It was Democrats openly saying, is the president's security in jeopardy? This needs to be fixed.
Sarah?
Yes, I agree. It's not a partisan issue whatsoever. With multiple breaches and failures of security at that level are unacceptable no matter whose fault it is. So I have to agree. It's not partisan whatsoever. At the end of the day, their job is to take care of and ensure the security of the president, of his family, which ultimately results in the safety and security, I think, of the people in this country.
And Josh?
It became increasingly clear when the Secret Service director was finally held to account that she made some serious lapses in judgment. Oftentimes the leader of an organization does the noble thing and falls on her sword even when she's not directly responsible for the failings of her subordinates. But in this case, it appears that post-incident briefings of the president that she admitted she should have had a direct role in never occurred. She admitted she told the president about the fact that he had ridden an elevator with a convicted felon, a man thrice convicted of assault and battery at the CDC last month. That she only informed the president about that as soon as, or right after it was released in the press. It makes you think of all the times in American political history where a politician has probably sat down with his wife and said, "Hey, listen, I love you, honey, but tomorrow you're going to read some stuff in the newspaper about another woman," and that's not the way that's not the way that you should notify.
Absolutely. No, he should know firsthand, full accounting of the facts on that. We're going to have to wrap it up there. We appreciate both of you this morning, Josh Blevins and Sarah Drye. Sarah and Josh, thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks.
Appreciate you. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Republican candidate for Attorney General Leslie Rutledge addressing the voter registration issue. She will join us after this break. This segment of the Alice Stewart Show brought to you by Aero Plumbing. For all of your household or business plumbing needs, call Aero Plumbing 1-866-PLUMBER or go online at aeroplumbing.net.